Every parent in New York City deserves a round of applause right now. It is tough to be a parent anytime. Shirlane and I, we struggled a lot bringing up 2 kids, 2 jobs, trying to make sense of it. But right now in New York City, it's really hard to be a parent. And for all the parents looking for something new and creative, a way to keep your kids occupied, we've got a new thing. It's great. It's at #ParksAtHome. It's amazing. You have these wonderful tours of our parks. There's the live camera with the hawks in Central Park. There's games. There's all sorts of classes. There's lots of great things for the family. So check that out. And also remember, any parent who wants to get your child involved in distance learning with the Department of Education, go to 311, call 311, and you will get help if you need to make sure you have a device or internet service. They'll be ready to make sure your child can participate in distance learning. Now, we've had some great questions again today from New Yorkers who are sending in all sorts of important questions. Again, use #AskMyMayor. The first is from Ramya on the Upper West Side. And she says, when will the city remove all the basketball hoops from the parks? There are still people near my home visiting the park and playing for too long. So, Ramya, here's the deal. We've said there's no more group sports anymore. There's no more team sports. I wish there was, but there isn't, not until this is over. We want people to exercise, but you got to do it alone or with the family members you live under the same roof with. So what we're doing is if we see pickup basketball, we see games, unfortunately we have no choice, but we're going to take those rims out. If we see a family playing together or someone just playing themselves, shooting baskets, that's okay. But if we see anything like games developing, out will go the rims from those parks. It's really important. We're trying to give people a chance to use parks, use playgrounds, have that one thing left in their life they can enjoy. But if there's not real compliance with the rules, we're going to have to tighten that up a lot more. I'm asking all New Yorkers, if you see someone violating the social distancing in a park or playground, you see crowding in a park or playground, please call 311. The NYPD and other agencies will come right away to address it. And now we're saying, and I hate to use these fines and penalties, but if we have to, people will get a serious penalty, a serious fine, if they don't obey these social distancing rules. Second, Sarah from Park Slope asked this question. She says, almost no one in Brooklyn is leaving 6 feet of distance. Even with reduced foot traffic, sidewalks are too narrow. When will we close large sections of streets to allow socially distanced walking, running, and biking? Well, Sarah, look, on the one hand, what you're saying makes a lot of sense, but I'm dealing with some challenges, and this is why we have a pilot program going with the City Council right now, closing off some key streets in a number of boroughs to see how it goes. Now, we haven't had really great weather lately, so we haven't had a really great chance to test it, but we want to see if we keep these streets closed off, are people going to use them the right way, or is it going to end up being another place where people congregate, and how much enforcement we need to make sure that doesn't happen, that we don't end up with groups that create a whole new problem on themselves. So, look, we're going to be seeing if we can do more of those soon. It is a good idea in many ways, but it has some real limits, and we obviously have to keep essential traffic going in key parts of the city as well. So I do hear your concern, and we're testing it right now to see what we can do. And Heidi from Brooklyn, this is a great question. She says she saw the amazing stuff happening at the Brooklyn Navy Yard where they're creating face masks for our first responders and our healthcare workers. It's a beautiful, homegrown effort to create the things that will protect our heroes. And Heidi says, hey, is there any way I can volunteer to help out at the Navy Yard or anywhere else that needs volunteers to mass produce sorely needed equipment? Heidi, great question. Thank you for it. Right now, the Navy Yard has the people it needs who work for the companies that are a part of that effort there. And we will need people to do other things. Look, unless you have a specific essential assignment, I just remind everyone the goal is stay home as much as possible. Only go out for the most essential stuff like getting groceries, getting medicine. But we will be needing volunteers for certain activities. You can go, anyone who wants to volunteer can go to nyc.gov/helpnow. And look, what we're asking of people is if you have healthcare or medical skills, we need you right away. If you have other things you can donate, supplies you can donate, we need that. But we will, I think, eventually need people who are willing to volunteer to go to food banks and soup kitchens, and maybe even, well, if we have more of that manufacturing, we might need some help with that. It's all going to evolve day by day, but if you go to the website and you sign up, we'll know you're ready to help, and we're going to call upon you. Everyone, thank you so much for these great questions. I'll keep giving you answers every day. Again, use hashtag AskMyMayor and keep the questions coming. I'll keep the answers coming. Thank you very much.